Hello, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Fresh Friday. Yeah. I hope everyone's day is going well. It's about to be Christmas, so if you're watching this, Merry Christmas to anyone who does watch this. I appreciate it. My day was great. Not great, but it was all right. I left work early. A lot of people took a half a day. I left an hour later at lunch. Got a decent lift in, and then I did some 15 minutes of cardio. I usually do 10 minutes of cardio, but today I was feeling a little frisky, so I did 15 minutes of cardio, and I do not feel any better. I hate doing cardio. I do the stair machine. I do a pretty good speed. Like, I typically do 10 minutes, 10 speed, and that the machine says burns 160 calories ish. And if that's true, I mean, that's not bad for 10 minutes. Today I did 10 minutes on 10 speed, and then I didn't have the willpower to keep going for 10 speed. I could have, but I was lazy and didn't. So I did 2.5 minutes of 5 or 6 speed, and then the last 2.5 minutes I did 10 speed again. So I ended up supposedly burning like 200, a little over 200 calories, which if that is true, I mean, that's not horrible. I'm about to blow it drinking this Mountain Dew today, probably. But I'm not necessarily trying to count calories or anything like that, but I am trying to eat less because I am so tired of being freaking chubby, dude. I hate seeing myself in shirts. I hate lifting my shirt up. I hate seeing myself in the mirror. And you should never hate yourself. I'm really hard on myself though, and I don't know. I'm just tired of being chubby. So I'm not doing myself a favor by drinking this Mountain Dew today. But lately, I've been eating probably a little under 2,000 calories a day, I'd bet. I eat once, twice a day, depending how I'm feeling. And so far, I haven't noticed myself lose too much strength or anything, thankfully. If anything, I'm feeling kind of better on my lifts. Speaking about lifting, too, last week and this week, I've been going to the gym a little more. Last week, I went 4 times in a week. I typically go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just keep a nice routine. I But last week I went Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe. This week I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, took a rest day Thursday, and then went today, Friday. And I'm kind of hoping my lazy butt can get up tomorrow morning, and not necessarily tomorrow morning, but sometime tomorrow, and get another lift in. Do a nice little 5 day week. The only thing that sucks about lifting more than my 3 days a week is I work 5 days a week, 40 hours, as of right now at least, with no overtime. But I lift metal all day, whether it's a small 10-inch piece that weighs maybe a couple pounds to a 10-foot part that might weigh, I guess I don't know how much it weighs, but easily probably 50, 60 pounds. I lift metal all day. And it's not that I'm necessarily physically tired after work, or it's not that I'm really like emotion or like mentally tired after work, but I'm just like physically, like my body's always achy and stuff because I do nothing but lift metal all day. And then I go to the gym, and last week and this week with me going to the gym an extra day and maybe even an extra 2 days tomorrow maybe, I have been so achy lately. Like the last couple of days, my freaking wrist, my left wrist has been not necessarily hurting, but pretty uncomfortable, and my forearms have been pretty achy too. But I mean, that's just because I'm not used to lifting more than 3 days a week. I'm switching, trying to switch it up, and I'm specifically trying to get into the gym more and do more in the gym because, like I said, I'm tired of being chubby, and I need to do something about it. So that's why I've been doing cardio and yeah, trying to get to the gym more. But I already spilled on like 4 minutes about this random gym stuff. I hope everyone proceeds to have a great weekend and a great Christmas. My Christmas is Sunday is my mom's and dad's, and then Christmas Day is my girlfriend's family. So that'll be pretty exciting. I'm supposed to go to work that Tuesday, but I'm not going to. I don't think anyone will. I mean, the one guy's off all week until New Year's. My boss is off all week till New Year's. The other boss is off all year. A lot of people aren't going to be there next week, and Who wants to go in the day after Christmas? Like, to be honest with you, Christmas Day, I have Christmas, and then the Ravens and 49ers play. And for those watching who don't know, I like watching the Ravens. I would claim myself as a Ravens fan, even though a lot of people who know me try to bash me and all sorts of stupid shit. But I would claim myself as a Ravens fan, but I just like watching football. Not necessarily like watching football, I just like watching certain players. Like, what made me a Ravens fan, you could say, is Lamar Jackson. I didn't watch football forever, got back into it, and I thought Lamar Jackson was crazy. I'm like, who is this dude? And he got me back into football, like, for real. But there's other players I like to watch, like Christian McCaffrey. I probably should have worn my shirt today, actually, my jersey. I have a Christian McCaffrey jersey that I got for Christmas, which is pretty cool. I got that, I think, last Christmas. Or no, I got that for my birthday. I got it sometime last year, or this year. I got a Christian McCaffrey jersey. I really like watching him. There's just some players I like to watch. And, the Ravens and 49ers play on Christmas. And I think they're both, 11-3? So it should be a really good game. I'm not going to be mad with whoever wins. I'd prefer the Ravens to win probably, but it's not going to really hurt anyone in the long run because both teams are going to make playoffs. But this should be a good time. But, two teams I really like to watch are playing. I might have to get some drinks and enjoy the night. But we'll see. I'm not going to work that Tuesday. I know that. I just don't know if I'll have some drinks that night or anything like that. Man, I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. I haven't really been doing much in life lately. I've been trying to grind. I made my first YouTube video again in quite a while. It didn't necessarily get as many views as I thought it would. I thought it would get at least 100 views, honestly, because of the topic. It got like 70 views, which is not bad. Like, for my standards, for me, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with like a nice 70 to 100 views. I feel like that's what my videos typically get. But I had, I think, 6 likes on this video, which is good. It is good for a small channel like me, I know a lot of people out there, it's hard to get interactions from anyone. I wish more people would leave comments on my videos. That's the biggest thing I like to make about videos is when people do leave comments. I love to see the interaction. I don't care if it's someone I know who's watching this right now or if you are a random person, guy, girl, whatever you classify as. I really don't care. I just love interacting with people. It's the biggest reason why I would love to be YouTube famous or like famous online in some way or form. But the day might come. It probably won't, like, realistically, but you never know. Some people get lucky, some people don't. I'm typically not a lucky person. If anything, I feel like I'm rather unlucky. Like today, my daughter, is potty trained and whatnot, and she has this little toilet she goes potty in, and it doesn't flush, so we have to like manually like dump it out into our toilet and then flush it. Well, I was getting ready for work this morning, and there's pee and poop in it, and I usually, like, if there is stuff like that, I always dump it before I go to work, like after I get done getting ready. And well, while I was getting ready for work, I opened up this little like cabinet thing, and one of my boxes of contacts flew out, and it landed right into her piss poop toilet. I wasn't even mad that it happened. I just looked at it. I just looked at my contact box sitting in her piss poop bowl, and I thought to myself, like, yeah, that just happened. And I have no other way to get it out but stick my finger in there and get it out. And I rinsed it off. I let it run under the water for like 5 minutes while I was still getting ready. And yeah, it's pretty nasty. Like I said, I wasn't even mad. I was disappointed. I was very disappointed that, what did I do this morning to deserve my contact box landing into a bowl of piss and shit? But a lot of people who know me, like, that's just the stuff that happens to me all the time. I'll never forget. I'll never forget when I was I think I was filling up a cup of milk, and I have a bad tendency to open the fridge door and leave it open. Like, let's say this is the fridge door. I open it, and then I'll put my glass on top of the door, and then I sit there, and then I'll pour the milk on top of it right there. Well, the one time, and I swear to God, this is a true story. My cup of milk, the door didn't move. I swear to God, the door didn't move. My cup of milk just flew off all over the floor. Or when I eat a banana, there's a really, really good chance that my banana just fucking snaps off and lands on the floor. And it doesn't even make me mad. I just look at it like, why? Why me? Why can't I just eat my banana or drink my milk in peace? I'll never forget the one time we had this giant container. My girlfriend made iced coffee. This was probably this is probably 2 years ago already, but I'll never forget this. Some things you don't forget. It's like PTSD. It's like a 1,000-mile stare. I'll never forget this day. I was filling my iced coffee into the cup, and the entire lid of the jug, or whatever you want to call it. I can't think of the actual word that stores like liquid that you pour out of it. You guys get what I'm saying. I was pouring my iced coffee, and the lid just flew off while I was pouring it into my cup. So there's probably a good gallon of iced coffee and ice all over the floor, all over the fridge, on my socks. I even have it in my Snapchat memories. I had it just appear not too long ago, because I'll never forget that day. I'm just a young man out here trying to survive and get some iced coffee, and just like that, a gallon of iced coffee on the floor, man, over my foot in the fridge. I don't necessarily feel unlucky when things like that happen. I more feel like it's a script, and whatever mystical, magical beings out there, whether it's God, whether it's a simulation, we know whatever going on in life. I feel like that one thing out there is just loves to get me. And I used to get mad at stuff like that all the time. Like, I've come a long way when it comes to my anger. God, dude, I used to break stuff all the time. I mean, I can't tell you how many controllers I used to break, or just anything. I'll just break out of anger. The smallest thing. I got tripped over the vacuum wire, and that vacuum is broken. And now I have to go buy a new one. I used to do that stuff a lot, especially during like COVID time when I was just super stressed and depressed. But nowadays, when stuff happens like that, I just look. I'm like, damn, something's out to get me. Because it took me a long time to realize that, flipping out, especially to that degree, is just not healthy for anyone, including myself. And it's just not even worth it. Like, I wish I could go back in time and look at myself and help myself and be like, yo, dude, it's not worth it, Don't start throwing things. Don't start breaking things. I've never laid a hand on anyone out of anger, or anything, any living thing with feelings, emotions, whatever. I've never hurt anyone out of anger, besides myself. I'm not talking about, like, doing anything, like, crazy, but I love punching things when I get angry, or at least I used to. So there's been a couple of times I thought I, like, broke my knuckle on an Xbox controller or something. And if you made it this far, I know you're probably thinking, dude, you're crazy, or that's cringy or something. I know. I get it. Trust me, I do. I know. Like I said, I've grown. I've grown a lot. I can't remember the last thing I broke something out of anger, or like, really, like, punched something. Maybe at work, when I first started at work, I used to, like, punch the metal because I was just really, really irritated. But that was like something going, like, legit wrong, rather than me just being angry. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's maybe the same thing, but I've come a long way with my anger. And if you're out there and you're like me, or used to be like me, and just break things out of anger and stuff like that, just find that thing, that inner peace, and whatever makes you angry, almost come at peace with what makes that with what will make you angry, and go from there. If something falls and it just really triggers you, just take a breath, look at that thing, and be like, damn, like, yeah, you deserve that anyways, type shit. Like, if this pop can would explode all over the floor, it just exploded my hand and pops everywhere, I'd be like, huh, hell yeah, just make something out of nothing. Just laugh about it and think back about that time, like my iced coffee, and you'll be alright. Man, this video is already 15 minutes basically. So I'm gonna probably wrap it up here. That's what I love. About Fresh Fridays is no one really watches these, especially probably this far. But those people who do, I love and appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a great weekend and a great Christmas. I do. And yeah, I can just spiel about anything. Some people out there, whether you want to support me or whether you're just doing it just to be nice, whatever it is, some people watch this and listen to this. And yeah, it's a great time. Before I wrap it up, someday I would like to turn this Fresh Friday into like a podcast. I would love to do a podcast someday. And I'm not saying I'll ever be good at it. I'm not saying I will ever rack in the views. I would never expect to be the next Joe Rogan. But some days I would like to try to turn this into an interview. Maybe get into like a Discord call or like a Xbox party or something, and just get like my friends online in like a party of some sort and just talk about things. I think that'll be pretty fun. I have some good friends, some good people I know that I could talk to, and I think it'll be a good time. And I'm sure there's people out there who will like to listen to what we have to say. Not saying, and like I said, that's not like I think I'm all this or that, or none of us are like the coolest guys ever, But if there's something out there, anything you do, there's people out there who will watch and listen for whatever reason. But yeah, gonna wrap this up. If you haven't made it this far, once again, I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and great time. I hope you guys are safe. And I hope you guys are doing well, especially up here. It's very important to keep yourself mentally in check and in line. Never hurt yourself. Never hurt anyone else. And if you really do have some major problems, never be afraid to reach out to anyone. Whether it's friends, family, even someone you don't even know. Sometimes random people can give you really good advice. I'm not saying I would recommend like going on the street and be like, hey, dude, I'm going to kill someone. Help me out. Don't do that. But, there's people out there who will help you. And it's never worth doing anything dumb to yourself and especially others. And I hope I don't butcher this, but I love saying this. If you don't see me again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.